Well, hi there, it's Brooke, and I've been doing some reorganization and decluttering in my kitchen. And then we're going to get into cleaning out my cabinets, wiping them all down on the inside, and just kind of reorganizing where I keep stuff after I do some decluttering. And my big thing that I just wanted more space for like my silverware and different things like that. And I still do have some things coming in that I ordered for one of the drawers to organize, and then for my Lazy Susans. But other than that, I should get everything organized here, and then I'll show you the after. So let's get to it. So I've cleaned out the top here, the bottom, this corner cabinet, this cabinet, these two cabinets, this corner cabinet, but I still have this full. I've cleaned out all these drawers, and then I have that full, these two full, and that's full of silverware, and then my two high ones, that one, whew, I'm wore out, and that one. So what I'm gonna do right now is go through and pick out things that are gonna be donate, like these. I don't use those wine glasses anymore. It's just time to part with them. I don't use this anymore. It's just time to part with. I have a few other things, so I'm gonna go through that a little bit, and then I'm gonna start maybe put some stuff on the table, and because I kind of just want it all out of the cupboards and just to see where I want everything. So that's the next step, is to do a little decluttering. I just did a summer 1-box challenge, so I'm gonna add to that. So here's my box, and I'm going to fill it up. I wanted to show you my cookie sheet cupboard before I cleaned it out. Give you a little before. And there is the after. No big chunks in there anymore. I don't know if that's from my pans or what, but man, sure scraping off the bottom of that, aren't they? Okay, I have some of my spices. I'm going to go through them and look at the dates and check what is, from 2017 again. Okay, I just looked, and on average, you can probably go about 4 years after the date on the container. So it's 2021, and this is 2019. So my parsley flakes would be 3 years. About my paprika here. So this is 5. So these are 3. What did I say these? Well, I have 2, so I'm going to keep the unopened one and then chuck. Oh, yeah, this one's 22. This is a new one. Okay, rub sage. Oh, geez. 13. $2013. I think we have the oldest one. This garlic salt is super, super old. So we are just going to dump that out. I was wrong. May 5th, 2012. Onion salt. And I know we use this, but we must just use like an itty bitty little bit. Oh, no. Beef bouillon cubes. 12/28/2010. So here's the winner. Woo, woo, woo. These are new. September 21st. Those are good. So we should be all good now. did some decluttering. I have a bunch of totes or tubs for like different holidays that I used when I taught, and I just don't need them anymore. These for like birthday parties, not gonna need them. I have other ones I can use instead of this big one. It's like a 4 set. It's just taking up space. A bunch of plastic plates, some other bowls. I have other ones like this, some pans. Also got down here wine glasses, weird mug. I decluttered even more once again, and we'll see what else I can find. So here is my silverware drawer, and I took out all those other things, and this is what I decided to go on. So I'm just going to fill it up, and then also this drawer over here I have reorganized and put the containers in instead of having my towels in, so then now I can redo this one also and get it all situated to my liking. So I think I'm going to focus on is kind of eating, forks, silverware things first, and then I'll move on to, I don't know what else. We'll just get her going. Well, the kitchen is all organized. I got all the things in that I wanted to use to organize, and so I'm going to give you the final grand tour. Down here used to be extra like Ziploc bags and different things like that. So I moved all my cupcake pans, my cutting boards, my baking sheets. I have like cake pans and pizza pans way back there. They used to be in that skinny one right here, and it was just getting a little full, so I kind of flip-flopped these cupboards, and so that's what's in there. This is just a junk drawer. This cupboard changed a little bit, so I've always had like sugar, brown sugar flour and stuff like that there. I also have pancake cake mix in the back, some marshmallows and granola. But what changed mostly on this is that I had this 3 here and then I added another 3 so I could put up more bars. I got oatmeal in here, just extra. Oh, there's granola way back there. I forgot about that. So I added this here, and then I've always had 3 cereals here, and so I had a little extra room. These we took camping. So this has pretty much stayed the same. Up there is just extra baking stuff, and that's napkins in that tote. But this pretty much stayed the same. I just took some of those containers from up top and put them down here so we could have more room for cereal breakfast items. And then this corner cabinet pretty much stayed the same. It's a little unorganized right now because I've just shoved things, but I have like a rice cooker, my egg cooker, my popsicles, and then like drying mats I usually put up there. And then I got a little crock pot way back there, and then my 2 bigger ones, and then all my chopping devices are over here. And then down here you can see is like chips and candy and trail mix and things like that. So that didn't change very much. This changed only in the fact that I added like my special fruit containers, and then I weeded out some of my glass containers, and then right there is usually my OXO pop containers when I have extra ones. Right now they're all being used. And so that's pretty much the same. This is just an extra cupboard, like I said. Ziplocs, cups, my vases, dust broom. This one became the cup cupboard a while ago, so that has just stayed the same. They used to be over there, and then I just super downsized them and put them in here. So that's the cup cupboard. Up here is just cookbooks and medicine. And then this is the big change. So this used to be plates, and I had my like cake pans up there and my strainers and stuff, but I wanted just like a big cupboard for all my food items, so it doesn't feel like I'm cramming and shoving things just in random places. So I got kind of baking stuff up on the top, and then my canned, you know, jars of stuff, extra ranch for when we need the next one, potato flakes and rice. And then down here is just, you know, more of the same. It just depends on where it fits kind of thing. And I got usually try to keep my noodles over here and my rice kind of like dinners. And then I had nutty bars in here. Ooh, we got one left. And then I just use one of these for like all my packets of stuff. So I'm really happy with the way this is working. I don't feel like I'm shoving things just here and there now. I have kind of like one spot for it. And then in this cupboard, this is where that pantry used to be when I did my switch a while ago. And this is where I put the plates. So I downsized their plates and then moved the cake pans because we had a bunch of plastic plates from when the boys were little, and I took those out. And so this doesn't open quite all the way because of these. So I'm trying to think of another spot to put these that's still convenient, but it works okay. And then these are a little easier for the boys to grab. We don't use paper plates that often, and then our plates just kind of hang out there. We just use those for a few meals. And then this cupboard also took another transformation. So I hadn't showed you guys, but I picked up 4 of these a while back just because I wanted to better organize these Lazy Susans. And I got these off of Amazon 13 years ago when we moved into this house. So when I first organized, I put like my mixing cups in here, measuring cups here, mixing cups, my like measuring plastic cups there. I put my measuring like glass cups in this one just because they're like all over and they're just getting everywhere. And so this one is kind of the like catch-all one. Like we use peanut butter a lot, we use hot sauce, red pepper, this is cinnamon, sugar, honey, and then toothpicks. So this is kind of like just a weird little catch-all of like things that we use regularly. And then this wouldn't pull out in one of these, so I just have syrups here. And then this is all my like oils and vinegars that I use on a regular basis that I put in there. And these used to be like shoved along here, where I still have the vegetable oil shoved just because it doesn't fit on here and the spray doesn't pull out nice. So I just have those in my corners. And then I have like sprinkles and stuff over there that I use occasionally, and same with up there. But then up here is where all my spices are. And what I did is I went through and organized my spices alphabetically. So in this container is A through C, it went, and then this starts with garlic and goes all the way to like rosemary, I think is the one I have. And then this one I just kept spices in, and I'll pull this out so you can kind of see it better. So this is just all like Mexican spice, salt and vinegar, you know, just kind of like my combined spices are my like seasonings, I guess you would call it. This is my seasonings container where the rest is like my spices. And then this is more of my baking container. It has all my extracts, baking powder, like Karo syrup. What's this one? Oh, dark light cocoa. And then I just stuck in like my peppercorns and my black pepper to fill my little things, and then the salt's like way back in the middle. And then up top is just mixing bowls, just a bunch of different random mixing bowls. My counters all stayed the same. This is how I always had them organized. This I did kind of reorganize, so I put all my like cooler-y items, lunch boxes, like the casserole holder, the crock pot holder up there. On the other side is random. I did clean this out. It's like serving platters and serving bowls and our movie theater popcorn bucket. So I could probably go through that more, but I like to use fun serving platters, so I've accumulated some. And then this is used to go way back, and that's where I kept all this. Now this is just mainly dog food stuff, and then maybe a few extra containers. And then this cupboard had, the bottom pretty much stayed the same. It's my electric frying pan, my baking dishes, my mixer. But the top had bowls and other things, but I moved, did have these on, but I moved all my frying pans, and few were dirty, over to this one, and they were on that bottom drawer. So now in the bottom drawer down there, I have my Tupperware lids. And yes, I have space that I'm not utilizing, but I like them in here flat. Ollie, when he puts them away, he gets a little lazy and doesn't put them exactly where they go. But those are all my lids. I kind of got the longer rectangle and like the square and circle. And then the big casserole ones are why it is the way it is, because those only fit a certain way, and then you got to put the containers a certain way. So there's that. Those used to be in this middle drawer, but now I put all my hand towels, dish rags, and then we call these floor rags. They're just these little weird rags that I've gotten. We use them to clean up like pee and floor messes and, you know, gross stuff. But they're nice to have up here. They're convenient. I did buy these. I got these tall ones because I wanted some taller since this drawer is so deep. From Walmart. Pretty reasonable. I don't think they were from Walmart. They're from like Walmart.com, and then they have their marketplace. These fit in here real nice. Those fit in there real nice. And then I could lay these down and stack them because I think they do fit, or I could scooch things so they would fit better that way. But I just like to stand them up. They kind of come unrolled, as you can see here. I just thought they worked better stand up, and then they use, you know, the full range of the drawer a little better. And then my favorite part that I reorganized is I finally have all my utensils and my silverware in my small like top drawers. And so I always had my utensils here, but this is where the towels were. So then these were shoved like in here. They were shoved in my utensil caddy. They were shoved in this little skinny drawer. I mean, they were just everywhere. The long things were shoved up in that corner cabinet. So now I have everything all in one spot, and I absolutely love it. So let's start with the more utensil-y drawer. I did add this divider because it was like, these aren't perfectly the same size as this plastic divider. So I just wanted something to kind of hold these in better so they wouldn't move around. So I picked another 2-pack up, and these are shorter ones from Walmart again. Walmart.com, I should say. So I have an extra one that I could use somewhere, but I don't know where. Oliver just put away dishes, and he doesn't always get things where they go. So this is the long like grill utensils. They just, yeah, they're like so long that they had to have their own section. Knives, straws, chopsticks, my other knives that don't fit in the short one. These are all my rubber spatulas, and then my graters and my frosting utensils. And then this is my can opener, and then my squeezer and my thermometer. And it all, like, some of the straws don't fit perfect, but it is what it is. I'm not going to be upset. These are just little containers from the Dollar Tree. This is like the Made by Design from Target. And then these are also from Target. These are over by like the totes and the baskets and everything. They don't fit perfect, but they fit and they don't move around, and that's my main thing. I like everything to fit in a drawer so it doesn't slide around. That's like my biggest pet peeve, because that's constantly moving to where you don't want it to and things like that. So as long as it's a nice tight fit and it looks a little weird, I'm good with that. And it is. Nothing's gonna move around other than the silverware. I do not like my containers moving around. So here is my utensil drawer, or my silverware drawer. And so this is another one of those Made by Design. And before I had like a smaller one, and it just didn't fit everything. So I had like knives over here and forks. But when I was trying to rearrange this, I kept trying to have this up front just because I was so used to that. But I have, you know, it only pulls out so far. So I have things back here that I don't use, and then I can reach those just fine. And so I have things up here that I use all the time. So we have my measuring spoon spoons, our pizza cutters, and then our silverware, obviously. And once again, these are just those Target containers over by the baskets and totes and stuff. And now when I put them like this, as opposed to putting them horizontally, I can get things back here because I can just pull it out here. So when I was doing this, I was like, wow, I felt like a genius, but you know, probably not. So I kind of have, you know, just the whisks and measuring. This is like forks, serving spoons, another can opener, ice cream scoops, you know, another whisk. So these kind of just get jumbled in here a little bit because Oliver puts them away. I kind of had them organized like this, kind of stays the same, but he just kind of puts things in here, which I'm fine with. It's so easily to see everything that I don't worry about losing everything or not being able to find it. So there is that. The last thing I want to show you is my pantry. Nothing much has really changed. I still have the 3 baskets on the bottom that rotate between snacks. We got drinks in there now. My air fryer fits in there nice. Random juice, extra juice sits in there. This is kind of the storage I have for snacks and different extra things. It's becoming the end of the summer, so I'm kind of making them eat up the snacks we have. They've been going through chicken and a biscuit like Mad Men, so that's up there. And those are just all crackers like club crackers, saltines, different kinds of graham crackers I just put in here. So I'm trying to convince them to eat them up. And then I just have extra bars up here, ice cream cones. This Chex Mix I use for puppy chow, so I need to use that up again. And then just my blender bottom. And then I put these in here the last time, so that hasn't changed. The only thing that's changed is this one's fallen off multiple times. So we have 3 hooks on it, and I really try to be conscious of how heavy this stuff is I put in there. But otherwise, I love how this is working. Sometimes I pull out the wrong one and then realize it midway, so they look a little goofy. But if I just took the time to straighten that out, it would be fine. But I am loving these on here. They don't like rattle or bang. And then the only organization I've done in the fridge is I have bought some of these, and I'm famous for not taking my labels off. I really want to make sure I like something. So I don't have a system other than these are the eggs, but we kind of just put things where they fit. Like I have these up here now because my door's a little full. My liquids always go here. Usually the meat that I'm thawing goes down here. And whoever puts stuff away is kind of how, you know, like the husband put that there. That doesn't fit in there very well, but that's how the hubs does things sometimes. And then that's always my meat and cheese. And then that's my veggie drawer. So I did buy some of these. The husband doesn't like them, and I told him get used to it because I like them and they're staying. I did put one downstairs in my freezer, but I do have a couple upstairs in the freezer here, and it just helps organize the stuff in here so you can see it better. That's just muffins that are frozen. So I kind of tried to do this like breakfasty items. I had popsicles in there, so it just depends on what we have, and I'll go through and just kind of organize it for us and everything. So that is it. So that is my final organization tour. I am so happy with it. I just love having all my utensils in those 2 big drawers. We have weeded out a lot of things. I think we're going to be in this stage of life for quite a while because the kids aren't getting, you know, changing out bottles or little cups or, you know, sippy cups or anything like that we've had to go through over the last how many years. So I think I should be able to keep it like this for a while and just go on. You know, I gotta wash. I need to take my tags off because I'm committed to those drawers. So we need to take the tags off. Otherwise, that is all I have for you, so I hope you enjoyed. This video got some motivation to get organized or any tips and tricks. I love to organize. I literally organize my house like constantly, but that doesn't make any sense when it's already organized. So hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.